Hey guys, welcome back to the This Is Soul Skate Shop YouTube channel. I'm Ivo and we are here of course in the This Is Soul Skate Shop looking at shin guards this time, because in this video I'll tell you everything there is to know about them. Every shin guard has a different size of course, and if you truly want to know how it fits with your shin, with your calf and together with your skate and maybe even your knee pads, it's best to come over to Amsterdam with your gear and try the shin pads on in the shop. Because you will only know really how it fits once you have it on, of course. If you want to order online, of course, then we have a web shop, thisissoul.com, where you can find all the shin guards. And I'll do my best to explain in the description and in the specs of these products as well what I'm trying to say in the video here. Normally, shin guards are not for all skaters. Let's start with that. I would say that only aggressive skaters really need them or should consider if they need it, because it's a question like, do you want to use it or not? I'm gonna explain my own experience with it and my experience as a skate teacher, seeing other skaters skate and fall a lot, maybe on their shins or maybe not, and what can you do to prevent that? I think when I started skating I used shin pads to begin because I fell on my shin a lot, but then I gradually used it less and less, also because I learned to fall better and better. Because beginning skaters, they fall a lot on their shin, especially with the sole grind. If you do a sole grind, normally you should have your hips and your shoulders and your face forward like this. But beginners often have their hips a little bit more to the side and their shoulders to the side. So you grind that way, but you have your shoulders like this. And if you fall then you fall on the edge of the curb or the ledge or the coping with your shins. If you stand like this, the proper way to do it, then you fall on your side like in a mermaid technique, which is one of our falling techniques. You can see that in our YouTube video about mermaid technique if you want to learn more about falling techniques. So all the good skaters, they learn not to fall on their shins. You can only learn not to fall on your shins after falling on it for a couple of times. So maybe the best thing to do is to just plow through it, take the wrist and fall on it a couple of times, and then you learn to have your leg not like this, but if you hit it, you just turn your toes inwards a little bit and you hit it like that. Because this part of your shin is a lot, like this is a muscle and you can have a few hits on this part. This is a bone and it really hurts if you hit that. So you'll learn to avoid falling on your shin a little bit. But after like skating for 20 years, it was about last year, I was at the Xmas Jam, which is a great competition in Hamburg. We made a video about this trip as well. It's on our YouTube channel. It's one of the most fun competitions that I've ever been at. But unfortunately at that event, I did a switch sole grind. And with the switch sole grind, I'm of course a lot worse with doing the switch sole grind, and I'm a lot worse with falling when I do it. And I had a stick up, so my wheel like hit the surface. So I fell on my shin and I had to go to the hospital. I had like this big cut in my shin and it was really terrible. So it made me think all over about the story of shin pads, because at first I was like 20 years like risk-free, and now I was left with like a big cut in my shin. So the moral of the story is, on the one hand, it's really good to learn to have your proper technique, because that's also the technique that good skaters will have. You want to learn the right way to fall. You want to learn to fall on your side. And if you wear the shin pads and knee pads, you also get a little bit lazy with that. But in the end of the day, you're never going to be risk-free. So if you want to kind of like rule out any of those bad possibilities of going to the hospital like I had to do, then wearing shin guards is maybe not a bad idea. Then there's a couple of different categories of shin pads. Here there are the ones that are really hard, but there are also ones that are really soft. And I would say if you really want to protect yourself, take the ones with the plastic cap in it that are really hard, that you cannot bend, because those are the ones that if you hit an edge, they will really protect you. The ones that are softer, they will of course also protect you a little bit, but definitely not as much. Then there's one other thing that you should take into account, and that's the length of your leg and the length of your shin pad. Because especially for us skaters, we have a skate that goes up pretty high. Like the tongue of my intuition liner is already halfway my skin. So if I have a normal shin pad and the shin pad is like this long, that's way too long for me because it will interfere with my skate. Also, if I'm wearing knee pads, like some TSG ones like this, those knee pads, they reach all the way to here. So that leaves just this little gap here for my shin pad, which means that I need a really short shin pad if I have both knee pads and skates on, of course. Of course, everybody will have skates on watching this video. So let's test out all these shin pads that we have for you guys so that you know a little bit better at home what to pick. I'll take the AAA ones, I'll take the G-form ones and the TSD knee sleeve, the TSD shin guards, and then the knee shin guard combo. Let's go. First thing I'm getting is the TSD shin guard. It's designed for BMX, but can of course also be used for skating. Something similar is made by the Anui brand. This is just like a normal shin guard. The Anui one is out of stock right now. Probably it will be back in like a couple of months. So by the time you guys are watching this video in 2028, then the product will probably be online. Nice thing about this one in particular is that you can also take out the plastic cap if you don't want it. I would advise you to put it in, of course. Normally you should wear the shin pads underneath your pants, but for now I'm not gonna take my pants off yet. We don't know each other that well, so this one is definitely too short for me because I cannot wrap it around my shin, and it is a size small medium, so I need a bigger size. All right, so I just got a bigger size. This is the LXL, and let's see. Of course, it should go underneath your pants. I can barely put the flaps on the right spot. Here, see the bottom one is really hard to do. If I take off my pants, it would probably fit a little bit better. But also, you can see that it's just sits really high on my knee because I need to have it a lot higher because of my skate, and it's not designed for skaters, of course. It is really nice because I can hit my shit really hard, and because of the plastic cap that sits in it, it protects my shin. Then I have it now on the inside, but this is the wrong side. I should have this one on the other side because I also mentioned that you can fall here on the sharp edge, but also on the outside. And with skating, of course, you fall on the outside a lot. And there's an extra piece of protection here. You don't really see it, but between these two lines, there is another piece of plastic in this protector. Here, you can see it when I take it out like that. So that is a cool feature, that it has a protection there as well. If you have longer legs than me, and you're slimmer than me, which I'm like 1 meter and 88 centimeters, so I'm not small, but I'm also not really, I'm not really big boned. I'm pretty slender as a man. So the LXL doesn't really fit me perfectly. That makes this one a little bit complicated, but you know your body, you know maybe your body compared to mine, so then you can judge if this one is something for you. In the description of this product and all the other products that I'm gonna test right now, I'll put the sizing information. So I'll be honest, in the description of this product, Ivo fits this one in a size LXL, but then it's still too long to fit with his skates. Something like that. Yeah, so that you know for all the shin pads what size you should get in relation at least to how I look. I'm about 80 kilograms, I think. Maybe that's some extra information. All right, on to the next. It's about the same thing, but then from 888. There's no plastic in it, so you can bend it, but it is a little bit hard. Also on the side, there's some protection as well, so that's nice. That's definitely what I want. This is a size medium. Let's see how the medium fits with me. It's less tall already, so that's good. But I can now really wrap it around my leg, especially around my calf. Are my calves big? I feel really calf conscious right now. Do I have really thick calves? I would say look, there's some muscle here, but in general they're not. I'm not like these cyclists that go really fast. They have even really big calves, and yeah, I'm surprised that a medium doesn't fit me. Let's go to a bigger size, because for example for knee pads I'm a size medium. So we're out of size medium for this one for now, so I cannot test it. I will reorder it and I'll test it when it comes in and add it to the website. So if you really want to know, check out the website. I think probably the size L is gonna be a little bit longer, so it will wrap around my calf better, but it will also be longer here, so then it will stick out until my kneecap again and probably be a little bit too long. So next is the Pro X shin guard from G-Form. For this one I need to take off my skates because it's a wraparound. Here's the size small for the G-Form ones. Let's see how they fit. All right. I would say definitely I need a size medium. It sits a little bit tight. But again, we don't have the medium right now. So I'll also reorder this one and let you know in the description. Lengthwise, this one will fit a lot better with my skate. If I quickly put my skate on, so you'll see here. And if I have a knee pad as well, it will fit perfectly between my knee pad and my skate. So that might work. Even if it would be a little bit longer, it's a lot less of a problem because this is so thin and a little bit squishy. So that's the added benefit of having a shin guard like this, that it works really well with the skate. But of course, this one protects a little bit less than the plastic ones. Next are the knee shin combos. There are a few ones from the TSG brand as well, but somehow they're always out of stock from the supplier. I'm gonna do a reorder for these anyway, so I'll check if they're available. We always get them. So that's a great combination set, because in general, having shin guards is such a problem for us aggressive skaters, because somebody who has shin guards usually also has knee pads. And then you're just left with such like a small area here that I think that the knee shin combination packs are a really good solution for that, because then, yeah, you at least don't have the problem here. TSG has two. This is the knee sleeve, and this is the knee shin guard. One of the downsides of these knee shin combinations is that not every body is the same, especially in the relationship between the lower part and the upper part of your leg, because some people can have really wide upper bodies and really slim lower bodies, and some other people can have maybe the opposite, like a really slim upper and a thick under body. So that's what makes the sizing a little bit complicated. The least thing that I can do is let you know how it fits with me, so at least you have that. Let's try on this one. Put my pants in my sock to make it easy to pull on. The reason why I do it over my pants is to show you how it looks. This is a size small medium, and it fits perfect for me. So I think it's a little bit tight now, but if I don't have pants on, it should go underneath my pants, then it will be perfect. One of the little downsides that I have is that if you're a good skater, you fall on this little bone here on the side. If you do the mermaid falling technique, or maybe if you miss your top sole, like some specific grinds, if you miss them, you hit it on the side here. It's a little bit protection. It's a little bit protected here, but also maybe not. Like the bone is exactly here in the middle. So yeah, that would worry me, because I would want to be protected exactly more over there. So this padding should be a little bit more there. But if you take that topic aside, then I think it has the right height for my skate. Let's see. Yeah, this is perfect for my skate. It's perfect here, height-wise. Perfect connection here, shin and knee pads. And if I would have this underneath my pants, nobody would see it that I wear protection. So that's great. And I hardly feel it as well. So you can wear this no problem all day. Might get sweaty a little bit, but then you wash it. Something that some BMXer guys do is they wear leggings first, and then they wear their protection over that, so that they can throw their leggings in the washer, because otherwise all your sweat will go in your knees. Your knees actually sweat a lot. You might not really realize that, but once you wear knee pads, you'll know. Those things stink. So this one is perfect, and I am wearing a size small medium for it. It did not feel like it would slip, but that's also an important topic. The downside maybe of this one is that it does not have any straps. Maybe, but it's also a plus maybe, because the straps are extra material, and if you don't need them, then you don't need them. But if you need them, they're definitely not there. I would say that you want to have a knee pad that locks above your calf perfectly, because that prevents it from slipping. It's the same for knee pads. They should also lock above your calf, And then the top of the knee pad is a little bit less important. It can be tight. Same goes as the bottom of your shin guard. It's also less important because if it slides down, you need to lock it over your calf and then it's secure. This one is probably the best seller. That's why we keep it for the last of this video. Maybe is like the perfect knee shin combination. It has a little bit more straps. That means you can adjust it to your special sizing needs a little bit better. It has a fairly soft knee pad. It looks enormous, but it's actually really, if you have it on, you don't really notice it. For the knee pad, you can also take out the padding if you want. I don't know why you would want that. Here there are two types. There's a harder plastic cap, and then there's the softer foam. So if you only want to have like the softer foam, you can have that because if maybe you want to have more maneuverability, I guess. Maybe that's the reason. So that's a nice feature that you can customize the inserts. Then you have really nice straps, and you should always start with your like the one that's above your calf, because that's the one that should be really tight and lock really good. Then you put the one around your calf. Then there's one lower around your shin. It's a nice, it has some nice rubber band to it, so it will definitely fit. And this is even the size small that I have right now. And then the top one is also no problem for me. You can put it on sitting or standing, whatever you think is more comfortable, because also you need to take into account the flex. So try both. Okay, so this is perfect. And now let's see how it is with my skate. All right, so here you can see, normally of course I would have this underneath my pants, so my pants wouldn't do this weird maneuver that it does right now, and the strap would be underneath my tongue here, but that's fine, I guess. And maybe not all tongues are as high as my Intuition liner is. Some skates are maybe a little bit lower. Take into account that I'm wearing the size small, and if you compare the size small with this one with the size medium or the size large, then it doesn't grow that much in the length of the straps, but it mostly grows in the length of the shin guard. So I would say for most of the skaters watching this, probably if you want to get this one, take a size small, because that means that it fits better together with your skate. This is definitely my favorite shin pad out of all the ones that I tried. Also, I think it's great that it has a kneecap there as well. There's some knee protection. There's a little piece of foam here that sits right above my bone here, which I always fall on. That's the only downside. So here there's some bone, and it's not protected by here's some padding. Bad design in that way, but you cannot have it all, of course. So by far the best one. And if you want to know which one is best for you, please come by the shop. If we're in Amsterdam, take a fun weekend trip with your girlfriend or partner, or if your friends or mates, come here and skate with us. We skate every Friday. Come to the shop. We meet at 8, and then we go cruise through the city. So you're welcome here. And if you really cannot come by, order from our web shop. We'll do our best to make our web shop the best skating web shop there is, and to give all the information that we have in the videos here, to have that online as well. So I'll do my best to add my preferences and also the ones that fit me the best in the descriptions of each of these products, so that when you buy it online, that you can make the best estimate what works for you. So if you have any questions, or if we have any shin guards that are on the market that we don't have on our web shop, please let us know, because we want to have all the best skating shin guards that are out there. So if we're missing any like really nice short ones that are in the skating world, then please let us know in the comments, because then we can add it to our inventory as well. Okay, hope to see you guys in the next video. Make a new one every week. So see you guys then. Bye bye.